Pooch and thought, here seems a viable option.
Alan Walker said, which ESL club is going to throw a bone at Mitchell Pearce's way? Wolves had a pedigree with dog lovers.
Yeah, he's not coming up north. No way.
I just think he wanted to get the quality jokes in.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like your style, Alan. I really do. But to be serious, Mitchell Pearce isn't coming to play in the Super League.
I don't see it happening.
No. He's not even got to play reserve.
Until his next indiscretion, which is inevitable.
He might have to embarrass himself and turn out for a reserve grade side or get found out for a couple of weeks just to kind of satisfy whatever in Australia. But before the summer solstice, Mitchell Pearce is playing for the Sydney Roosters again.
So the winter solstice.
Down there, yeah, exactly.
Good times.
Yeah. It depends. Well, up here it's the summer, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not tailoring what I say to suit them lot.
Fair enough.
Good times, but I've been had by all.
Well, bad times for some. Let's hope he doesn't do anything so fucking stupid again. Let's hope we see a dwindling and an end to these stories. The most interesting story that came off the back of this was reading the piece, the Nigel Vangenaar interview about the player welfare side of things from the NRL, because he's involved in all that, isn't he?
Yeah.
And basically they ran scenarios like this with the players in camps to get the players to understand why their behaviour is important. If the club's putting a taxi on for you to get in at 12 o'clock, they've already given you a bit of rope, get in the taxi.
Time to get in the bus, lads, and get paid for all that.
Don't run off and do backdoor boogie and then misbehave like he did do, and a few of the other lads did do. And subsequently we know, some of the Queensland emerging origin guys, Valentine Holmes being the main one who doesn't understand queuing. He would not be able to come to this country, would he? Because he doesn't understand queuing.
Not a fan of queuing if you're Valentine Holmes.
No.
There you go. Okay, so that is the news from around the world of rugby league. Apart from some Challenge Cup results, Mark. We've not even had a. Fucked up. Sorry, I thought we were going to do that as part of the news.
Well, we're not. We're going to do it next as results.
We're going to do
that was a nice long news section.
Fuck's sake. Okay. Can I do the ending again?
I don't know if I'm going to be able to edit it. Go on then, give it a go. I'll give it a go.
Okay, so nice long news section, all of which moves us into our previews and predictions for round 1 of Super League.
No, we're going to do the Challenge Cup results.
Fuck's sake!
I'm leaving all of that in now.
Oh, fuck a tramp. So, Mark, round 1 of the Challenge Cup took place this week, and as the early rounds go, it's always interesting to see some of the amateur sides getting involved. Can you talk us through the results? Anything surprising there for you?
Some interesting ones and not so interesting ones, but we'll run through them all. So on Saturday, Aberdeen Warriors went down 42 points to 16 to Northumbria University. East Leeds were nilled by Alton Raiders, who scored 32. Egremont Rangers 62, Bridgend Blue Bulls 0. Hull Dockers had 8 points to 6 win over Thornhill Trojans, so a tough close one there. Kells were 30 points to 0 winners over the Nottingham Outlaws, so it's been decent times for Cumbria clubs in the first round so far. We're up to Lee Miners Rangers 14, Underbank Rangers 20, London Chargers 14, Shawcross Sharks 22, Millen, another Cumbria side, 32, beat Hull University, who only scored 14. Normanton Knights 18, Distington, sorry, I don't know where in the north that is. 31, do you know where Distington is?
I'm inclined to say West Yorkshire, but I think I'm thinking of Drigg rather than Distington.
Okay. Royal Navy 18, Featherstone Lions 20, that sounds like an exciting game there. Stanningley 16, Pilkington Rex 28. Thatto Heath Crusaders 16, Hunslet Club Parkside 23, Wathbrow Hornets 26, the Royal Air Force 4.
Another win for a Cumbrian side.
West Bowling 0, Lock Lane 16. So the sort of St Helens east side, Lock Lane's in that area, is it? I don't know.
Castleford Lock Lane.
Castleford is Lock Lane, okay.
Yeah.
So lots of amateur sides doing well that we've never heard of then.
I've heard of Castleford Lock Lane.
Widnes West Bank 20, Rochdale Mayfield 38, York Acorn 36, Charleston Rovers 10. Then on Sunday, Army were beaten 30 points to 4 by Siddle, and Great Britain Police were beaten 36 points to 4 by West Hull.
Oh, we didn't get a chance to do our annual joke there. about the police. Because you said Great Britain police anyway. You're supposed to say the police were beaten. But that's not bad considering there's only 3 of them.
Yeah.
It's like an annual thing.
They can't stand losing either, can they? So it couldn't have been a good night last
night. They can't stand losing. Have you any idea how quickly in my own mind I'm trying to siphon out other police? Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I bet that. No, never mind. It'd be contrived. It would be contrived to say the least. Okay.
That's it for the results.
You're going to have to. Do you do the next bit?
That's it from this week's results roundup, Tom. We're going to now look forward to the first round of Super League, our championship game of the week, as we preview the start of the regular season.
So, Mark, Super League is back. Starts on Thursday night as the Leeds Rhinos take on the Warrington Wolves at the soon-to-be redeveloped and significantly quieter Headingley Carnegie Stadium. How do you see this one turning out?
I think it's going to go down to the end. I think it's going to be close, but I've got to side with the home team. I think. I think it'll be a noisy crowd. It'll be a good crowd. They'll probably roll something out, won't they, before the game with the trophy? Maybe bring Sinfield walking it out or something to get them going.
Do you think they'll mention the fact that they won the treble?
I think they'll mention it at least 3 times.
Yes. They'll write it on the fucking pitch again.
Possibly. But look, they deserve to. They had a great year.
Of course they do. And listen, no Bulls fan has been a great proponent of Leeds Rhinos' success over the last 12 months than I have.
Don't get me wrong, Warrington have shown that they've had, if not the upper hand, certainly a good handle on how to beat Leeds in the last few years. They're one of the teams who've been successful against them more so than not. And they seem to get under the skin of the Leeds players.
Yes.
I just think Leeds are going to win at home, opening it up. So I'm going to go 24-16 in favour of the Rhinos. Yeah, I've gone similarly, 24 points to 12, slightly broader margin of victory for the Rhinos. Listen, in 6 months' time, this fixture could go a completely different way if things work out for Warrington in the way that their signings have gone. But at the moment, I think there's a bedding in period that needs to go on, and I just think Leeds have got better continuity in the forwards, and they've got the best backline in the competition. So that on its own, and it being a nice, exciting first game of the season, Leeds by 12, 24 points to 12 for me, which takes us on to Friday night's game, which again is another interesting one with some little battles going on across the park there, as Hull FC take on the Salford Red Devils at the KC Stadium. Yeah, and this one, Hull FC were famed for the defence rather than attack in recent times, and Salford have worked a lot on their sort of unity, fitness, that sort of stuff. But I've decided that those things are going to go out the window as the season starts, and it's going to be a bit of a points one up on this one. And I'm going to go Hull FC to win, giving them the home advantage. Also thinking, parading the new stars for the first time. That pack should be good. Scott Taylor will want to put on a big display. I'm going to go 30 points to 22 in favour of Hull FC, partly because I want some of their players that are in my dream team to do well, I think. Yes. But Salford should be dangerous. Yeah, Salford will be dangerous and they'll score points, but I think things are auguring well for Hull FC this season, and I think this is a great way to start the campaign. Like you said, there's going to be Scotty Taylor wants to make an impact, Frank the Tank's going to want to come in and play well, Sika Manu's going to want to play well. They've got these, a couple of young new backs in the side like Fanua. Jamie Shaw's got the fullback jersey all to himself now. Mark Snade, we criticised his performances at times last season, but he was still a high performer in terms of the tries he was laying on for teams at times. I think Hull FC are going to have too much for Salford if they get it right in practice this week. 32 points to 16. I do see there being points, but I think Hull will have the beatings of the Salford side. Okay, St Helens hosting Huddersfield next as well on Friday night. This for me was the toughest one to predict. What say you? Yeah, me too, definitely. I've gone for Huddersfield. I've gone for Huddersfield in a close game. Huddersfield by 6. I'm going to go 24 points to 18. I just fancy them. I just think they're a better side than St Helens, and St Helens kind of petered out a little bit last season, and I just it feels stale. The recruitment hasn't been awe-inspiring for me. The one kind of shining light in what Saints have done this season is bringing Theo Farge. But how much game time he's going to get straight away with 2 very well-paid Australian halfbacks in front of him, I don't know. Well, who's going to play fullback in this game for St Helens?
Well, you would think it was Jack Owens, wouldn't you?
But that's a massive weak point then for them, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got to say.
I would say so. But then who's going to play full-back for Huddersfield Giants? Is it going to be Scott Griggs, or is it going to be your young lad, Mr. Fancy Runner? What's he called? His name escapes me now.
Oh, Josh Johnson.
Yes, Josh. The lad with the hair.
The young kid.
Yeah.
Played against Wigan last year.
Yeah.
Josh something or other. Oh, Jay
Simpson. Yes, thank you. Whether he's I don't know. So anyway, the point I was more convolutedly trying to make is that I think Huddersfield are valued for a 6-point win over here. So I'm going to go 18 points to 24 in favour of the Giants.
I've got this being the lowest scoring game of the round. I think Saints do like to start usually with low scoring home games, and I just I don't think Huddersfield have got a better side than St Helens, but I do think there's possibly more for them to prove. They've had a little bit of a better run into the season, I feel, in terms of the game time they've put on the pitch and the way they've played in those games than St Helens have. I'm going to go with 16 points to 14 in favour of Huddersfield. I think this might be
a close,
sort of a false dawn for them in terms of they'll look like they're going to start the season well, but I don't think they'll be able to continue it. I just think they'll catch Saints cold.
Okay, Wigan take on the Catalan Dragons then on Friday evening as well. I assume you've plumped for your Warriors, Mark?
Of course, yeah, but I don't expect us to be caught by Catalan, even though Catalan have recruited well, and obviously we'll have Todd Carney playing against us. I just think Catalan have struggled in Wigan for a number of years now, and we've nilled them a few times on our home patch in recent seasons, in playoff games as well as regular season games. So I just sort of think Wigan will have that edge. I know Wigan's players haven't played a lot of game time together, especially the key players in the halves and the hooker and loose forward and those sorts of ball playing positions, really. But it's not like there's new combinations. How they interact with probably Tierney at fullback might be interesting. Where the tries are going to be scored from Wigan might be a little bit of a question mark. But Catalan are looking at a very more new back line joined together there. Lots of new players.
Well, there's lots of new forwards in that team as well.
All basically from the inside out, it's a new team, and apart from the front row, really. Well, even then they've got a new hooker. So you've got to say they're going to be a slower start. I think Catalans will really come good by the end of the season, but I think a slower start. Wigan will want to not have the slow start that they've had in recent seasons. 26 points to 18 to my Warriors. Yeah,
I had a lot of things kind of in my mind about this one. Catalan's recruitment has been exceptional, if it works out for them. And Wigan haven't always got off to the quickest of starts. So I kind of toyed with the idea of trying to talk myself into a Catalan win, but I just think this is an awful first fixture for a lot of these new lads coming in. Going to be travelling a long way, coming up to the nice cold north of England. It's going to probably more than likely, with the weather we've been having, be a windy / rainy shite night in the north of England. I think that just could get in Catalans. God, I love summer rugby, but this could get in the faces of guys like Glenn Stewart, Dave Taylor.
Everyone will be wearing shorts, won't they?
They will on the pitch.
Coolers and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that the weather could get in Catalan Dragons' face a little bit. Can I make my fucking point? A lot. So, the point I'm making is that I think that Wigan will come out on top by about 16 points. 26 points to 10 I go for. Things to look out for, though. I think pretty much every kick that they put up is going to go straight down Lewis Tierney's throat, and if it doesn't, or at least put him under pressure, they're going to really try and isolate.
The kick and take him.
Isolate the young, relatively inexperienced fullback. Well, let's see how he does, but I think that's something to look for. Catalan, this could go either way, but I sense that at this time of year we're going to have enough. So yeah, 26 points to 10 in favour of the Warriors for me, which takes us into Sunday, Mark. One of the teams that could be struggling this year, Hull KR take on Castleford Tigers.
Yeah, and I've probably got this pegged as the highest scoring game of the round, just because I'm not convinced that Hull KR will have arrested their defensive frailties from last year, and Cass, when they score points, can also concede a few as well. I don't see Castleford losing though, so I'm going to go with 36 points to 20 in favour of what I see to be the better side.
Yes, no, I agree with you. I think both teams have got some exciting backs. Both teams have got very good halves. Castleford have got the better forward pack, and that will ultimately win the day, 30 points to 20 in favour of the away side for me. And the final game of the weekend on Sunday down at the Rapid Solicitors Stadium sees the Wakefield Trinity Wildcats take on the Widnes Vikings. How do you see this one panning out, mate?
Yeah, similar to Huddersfield and St Helens, I can't really separate these two, but for probably different